or empowering those of us who experience life as minorities in society. For instance, when I attended university, there was a prof who taught for decades that black students, like me, were biologically less intelligent than white students. It was little wonder then when one time a white classmate expressed surprise that I, being a black student, consistently received high grades. I still think about these things today, especially as a black father raising a child with a disability. So, to understand why education matters for black caregivers like me, I sat down with some experts.
There is a lot to know about our history, specifically as Canadians, when it comes to Black people in general and race and medicine broadly. It starts with slavery, right? We had slavery here in Canada. So first of all, a lot of Canadians don't know that. But the propaganda around slavery that supported the transatlantic slave trade, where a human being could feel comfortable owning another human being, selling the children of another human being, then going back to the dinner table and celebrating birthdays or weddings and feeling, you know what I mean? Like not being a sociopath, is because there were lies and propaganda about people of African descent. And those lies and propaganda are still in our society today and permeate medicine today. So for instance, the idea that Black people are less intelligent. Those types of stereotypes really play into how Black Canadians are treated in real life today, right? Being over-policed, over-surveilled. For me as a physician, I might go to a home visit and I've had patients ask me, oh, so are you the doctor? I had a stethoscope around my neck. The person had called for a doctor, opened the door and saw me and said, you're the doctor? Like a doctor?
Education's not a panacea. It obviously can't fix everything, but it's a really important place to start to raise awareness about difference that can move us towards thinking in new ways about difference. As anthropologists, we've also had to reckon with some really problematic aspects of our field. At the same time, we've been able to gain some insight into how to temper that human instinct to be fearful of difference. We're taught basically to listen first. So listen and seek to understand why someone's different than you before you let that discomfort and fear of difference kick in to discrimination and bias and defensiveness.
Well, guys, this is Queen C. Pinkston, your family caregiver supporter. And today, this is the last day of the Black History Month. This is February 28th. And yes, guys, welcome to my live stream. Thank you for coming in. I have on without my Black inventors, scientists and inventors shirt here. So let me get up so you can see it. Yes. And these are inventors. This is the product over here. Whoa, go this way. Product they invented, the inventor, and the date that they invented it. Yeah. So this is going to be a short video today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for just walking through this month with Black family caregivers. And guys, we're going to continue this. I think this is where my heart is focusing on the Black family and the Black family caregivers. It's a time right now that we really need to focus on this and focus on the education, why education matters in helping the Black family in becoming even more equipped in doing family caregiving is critically important. So yes, I am a family caregiver. Don't have on my family caregiver shirt right now, but yes. So you guys know my story, and I just want to say thank you for liking this video, for sharing this video, and leaving your comments, guys. I really do need your comments. So we're listening right now to a short video of a father who has a daughter that suffers from Down syndrome. And with him being a student, he was confronted with stereotypes. Well, how could he be so just, the impact of knowing education in having a daughter that is dealing with a condition, which in this particular time is Down syndrome. So let's continue listening to this video, and we'll talk in just a minute.
At its best, then, education can play that crucial role in giving people new and better information about why someone else thinks or acts differently than them.
I am a family doctor and a public health and preventive medicine specialist. My area of focus is actually in Black population health and the impacts of racism on health. I also do work in mental health. I teach and I'm an assistant professor at the University of Toronto. In my actual clinical work, I also do house call visits for the elderly and people who are housebound. Hi, this is Dr. Norm calling from MedVisit. Just letting you know I'll be there in less than 30 minutes. I prefer to work in Scarborough, which is a part of Toronto that has very high needs, largely immigrant population. For caregivers, it's really tough because it's hard for them to get out of the house. So I think it's a good service in that way that I can take care of the caregiver and the person that they're caring for in one house call. For a caregiver who's over the age of 70, they're more likely to die before the person that they're caring for passes away because they don't have the capacity and the bandwidth. My mom passed away on her way to see my father in his nursing home. I remember when I had to call people to tell them that my mom had passed away. They were very surprised because they thought that I was going to be calling about my father, who had been ill for over a decade. For all caregivers, we need to keep that eye out and be able to bring the village or create the villages for support.
One way to build more supportive communities and villages for both disabled people and their caregivers is to do a better job of taking the understanding of difference seriously. And so one of the reasons that I wanted to start the Disability Studies program was to create a space for more conversations, more listening to these kinds of stories. And we don't want just any stories. We also want stories that get at the full diversity of the disability experience. So, for example, this series dealing with Black caregivers' experiences with their loved ones, that's going to be an incredible way to enrich the students' understanding of different ways that disability lives in our society.
And I think this story needs to be told because I genuinely think there is somebody listening to this now who needs to hear this. It's either a family member or a direct caregiver who needs to hear that, it's okay if you're struggling because it is such a heavy load to carry for so long without the full village.
Wow, guys. I will put the link in the description box of these stories that you can go back and you can hear them again for yourself. This is really amazing. I'm telling you, the stories of family caregivers all across the world, be it in Canada, be it in the US, be it wherever you are, we need the village, guys. Black family caregivers, we need the village. You'll say, well, yes. Sometimes we have to focus and sometimes we have to target where we're going. I know that the caregiver world is huge. There is millions and millions and millions of caregivers, but God is pointing me to the Black family caregiver. That's my target. And as we were hearing that, to help us get educated, help us create that village that we need to support each other in these times. Now, as I was sharing that, the question was asked why education matters. Well, education matters because the more we know about a situation, the more we know about our own selves, about our own culture, about who we are, about how our history, as it said in the video there, about our history, and how we as a family in a community are to come together and support each other, how we're to come together as a church, how we're to come together just to have that village experience in helping the Black family caregiver, because there are challenges that we face as Black family caregivers that other caregivers or other ethnicities might not face. Mm. And it's time that we realize that we have always been there for each other, to help each other. And this is how we have to focus now on what we need to do to empower Black family caregivers. And the way that I'm seeing how to do it is through caregiver stories, through caregiver stories. I can bring in stories um, from various people. And then also we have our own stories. And I've also invited a couple of nursing friends of mine as time goes on that they'll get a topic. Some of them have worked in the Black community in caring for Black families, and they have seen and experienced some of the challenges that Black families deal with, and they're able to share those. And also, we're focusing on what there's really no negatives. It's just on how to build better, on how to become stronger, and how we can empower empower one another and each other better. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, um, let me see if there's a video. It says Black family caregivers are they struggling with? We have struggles. A lot of things come against us. We have just plain the systemic thing. Okay, we might not get the best health care, or the finances are not there, or we've often shared that you're working full-fledged job and then you're coming home and you're being a full-fledged caregiver. You're like burning the candle on both ends. um, you might be the only one that in the family that is doing it, or you might have other family members and friends that are helping you, but maybe they're not helping you right now, or however it may be. But we are working toward educating the importance of knowing that uh, life care and self care, number one, is so critical. And then, secondly, that we in turn can find avenues, alliances, and in areas that is available to us to get help. Okay? Education is the key. What is the condition that my loved one has, be it Down syndrome? Jamie Foxx, I think, was his daughter, not his daughter, his sister. His sister. Yeah, let me see. Let's look at Jamie for a minute, real quick. The actor and singer Jamie Foxx cared for his sister, Deandra Dixon, who has Down syndrome. Deandra was a central part of Jamie's life, and he often spoke about the deep impact she had on him. So after Deandra's passing in 2020, Fox continued to honor her legacy, here we go again, by supporting organizations like the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. So he started to not just, let's see if there's any more information on this. He started not just to let go, but to keep it going, to help, to support, to educate um, others with what he had gone through. So this Black History Month, and on, I'm determined now to continue. I think I'm hooked on this. I think I'm hooked on this now. Um, Let me see. I think I have something. Let me see if I can hear Jamie and his sister.
It is a great story. You'll feel good about this. Deandra Dixon, talk about their relationship, the importance of family, and life with
There's
Down
something here
syndrome.
with Jamie.
I love this man.
See, can I show you?
Oh, they look like best friends.
Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. Hold on. Gotta go back, guys. Let me get it. I was shot right to the end of it, and I didn't want to. It's very short. It's very short. Let's see here.
I love you.
Jamie Foxx and his younger sister Deandra Dixon sound like a lot of brother-sister pairs. They joke around, tease each other.
Yeah, I'm making this boy laugh every day.
Making him laugh every day?
Yeah. I'm the king of this right.
Sure.
She does make you laugh.
Of course. She makes us laugh. She makes us all laugh.
Just like her brother, Deandra loves to be center stage.
Deandra has a light on that has been on since she got here, since she was born.
How would you describe your relationship with her?
I'm her big brother, and it's like it doesn't change just because she has special needs. She's still my little sister.
So tell me about this house. There's a really cool pool, huh?
Oh, yeah.
After she graduated from high school in Texas, Jamie called Deandra to ask her to move to his home near LA.
I said, "You're gonna come here and stay with me."
Why did you say that?
Being a person who's been blessed enough to be in the position that I am, you never want to be where your family's living somewhere peering in. So systematically, I brought everybody here, but Deandra was a main purpose because it was like, I didn't know what she was going to have to do as far as fending for herself, becoming an adult.
Living with Down syndrome in 2018 is a lot different than it used to be.
People with Down syndrome really can have an amazing life.
Michelle C. Whitten is the founder of an advocacy group called the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. Decades ago, most people with Down syndrome were institutionalized and died young.
Wow.
Now, many live with their families, go to mainstream schools, and live longer.
More and more are looking at college, more and more are looking to get married. Many are looking for job opportunities.
Of course, Deandra has unique opportunities, like appearing in her brother's star-studded music video,
Wow.
Blame It.
Wow.
As an ambassador for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation, she walks the runway at a fashion show every year to raise money for medical research.
Every year I look forward to it. I just want to show my brother what I'm made of.
That's where you show your brother what you're made of?
Right.
But what Deandra loves most is spending time with Jamie at home. During our interview, they were getting pumped up to have a dance-off. You want...
I'm a lady.
Hold on.
Lady.
I've lost all control. What have you learned from Deandra?
So, guys,
Learn how to live. Sometimes we get caught up in our world on the extras of everything. The Mercedes is not the right color. And then you see this girl over here, I just want to live. I want to dance.
Wow.
I want to love. So she brings you back down to what life is.
Yeah, they have such a special relationship.
Wow,
She
wow,
misses him when he
wow.
travels.
So I'm just sharing, guys, that that's what it's about in educating and getting it. I don't know if you know someone even with Down syndrome or whatever else you can find. It doesn't matter with the disease or what they're dealing with, but it's getting ourselves. We fear what we don't know. We fear what we don't know. A condition that we don't know that a family member may have, or we don't know about it, so therefore we fear it or we shy away from it or something. So education matters for the Black family caregiver. I can remember my late husband had a skin condition, and he tried every single thing that he could find for that skin condition, but he still remained with dry skin. And some people didn't understand that skin condition, so therefore they were afraid of that skin condition. But it wasn't a condition that could hurt anyone or do anything. He was just born with a dry skin condition. But when we're not educated, we don't know, we don't take the time to learn, and therefore we maybe can't give maybe the best care, because when we're giving care to our loved ones, we're giving it physically, we're giving it just like you saw them emotionally. They were enjoying. It's laughter. It's a life. It's the whole shebang. It's the whole shebang. We're incorporating the whole person. The whole person. So it matters how we in the Black family get educated about the caregiver. how we can help that caregiver, how we can support them as well as they are learning about the loved one that they're caring for. Um, it's a whole circle. It's a whole circle. It's so important. And I just see with the family caregiving in the Black community, I just see now I'm not the only one doing this. Excuse me, this has been going on for a while. As a matter of fact, I'm just really learning about it, um, and getting into it all because of what I've been through. And I just see that it is so needed, so much needed that we come together or and begin to educate our each other. Mainly it's learning each other on how we support caregivers and how we help them when they're dealing with these situations. Um, as I was sharing about Michelle Obama, she also cared for her father and her mother. Just to read on here about her, because I promised that I would do that in education. It says, yes, Michelle Obama has been a caregiver within her family. Her father, Fraser Robinson, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a condition that significantly impacted his mobility. Despite his illness, he continued to work and support his family in demonstrating immense strength and resilience. So it says Michelle often speaks about her father's determination and work ethic, which influenced her on her values and commitment to family. Says Michelle's role as a caregiver extended beyond her immediate family. And as a first lady, she also championed, and this was important because she was doing education. You know, Michelle is about education. As a first lady, she championed the initiative to support military families and caregivers, recognizing the vital role they play in society. Again, supporting what? Military families, caregivers, because now we know, and I had family members that was in the military. Thank God I didn't have any to get hurt in the military. But there are a lot of soldiers that get injured in the military. I mean, it's so where you go, it's war. They're involved in things. Some come back with their faces distorted, their loss of limbs, loss of all kinds of things. And you, in turn, is a family caregiver. You're a wife, daughter, niece, whatever the case may be, and you are a family caregiver to that person. So there's more education that has to be learned to help you understand the fullness, because now they're dealing with emotional stress because of what they've been through, of what they've lost. It's just they're not the person that they were when they left. Now there's somebody else. They feel within themselves, because I can't do what I used to do, or be the woman that I used to be, or the man that I used to be, this type of a thing. So the whole process of of them getting re-educated to who they are now, the new person, you getting educated to who you are as a caregiver and caring for them, and getting re-educated as a family in being able to support them. So it is so critical that education matters in the Black family caregiver. Um, it says here that her efforts included advocating for better resources. That's huge. And support system for those who care for their loved ones is huge. It's huge. It's huge. I have a I have a list here because it's going to be another short video tonight. I have a list here. Let me see if I can find and I want to make sure. I want to try and remember to put these in all of the video descriptions if I can. And it's talking about resources, because I know there is the Senior Alliance. Yeah, there's the Senior Alliance.org. I want to put that in there, the Senior Alliance.org. And there's the generations.asaging.org, the generations.asaging.org. And there's more um, that where you can get resources from. There's the elderloveusa.org. That's a good place to get information. Elder Love, um, and resources and education that can help with family caregiving. So we just wanted to bring a couple of things here tonight to talk about why education is important, and as we are empowering family caregivers, is critical. So we need to make sure that we come together and work hard and be supportive, not just during Black History Month, but it goes Black History is every day. Is every day. And this is how we got over. This is how we got over from slavery days through Jim Crow to where we are now, to it seems like we're headed back to Jim Crow, wherever we're headed in God. But we got through from being that unit, that family, that village, that support of one another. And I encourage you today, if you have a caregiver story, you have a testimony of something that God has done for you in your caregiving that you feel, not that you just saying, I'm sharing my personal business. Jamie Foxx sharing his personal business, Michelle Obama sharing her personal business, what is it? Queen Latifah, we did her feature on the last video. We did Holly, I think it was Holly Robinson Peete, her. So, and I'm sharing my story. Why is this? So we can help others. It's all about supporting and helping others. Um, Empowering the Black family caregivers, empowering the Black family, coming together as a family, as a community. We need each other. We need each other. And therefore, we must now, like never before, come together and support each other. Please do not feel that you're out there alone, that there's no help there. I'm finding resources now, as I'm telling you about these links, that I didn't know was available. Because I was busy, didn't have time to research it. I know I was so busy caregiving, or didn't know that there was these things available, but I know them now, and I want to make sure that I share them with my audience right here, and we can share these things back and forth, and we can get this information out. So my target, guys, um, the ones of you that will come, and I appreciate all of you, is going to be targeting on the Black family caregivers. That's where we're going to probably be staying. Doing as much researching as I can and trying to find out as much information as I can to bring it to this podcast to see how much I can help the Black family caregivers. So you're saying that it's not for all care, it's for everybody. But my target market, you know, the thing that I have found a lot of times that can hinder growth, and my bishop often says this to me and so many others, and when you listen to business people that are marketing things or doing things, they set their niche, they get a target. They can't reach the whole world. Well, they have maybe, but they don't go after it as if I'm going to reach the whole entire world. But they say, what is your target market? Who are you focusing on? Exactly. Can you narrow it down and just focus on that target market? And I'm narrowing it down to focus on the Black family caregiver. Why is that? That's who I am. And I know more about that than anybody else. I can't really tell you about a family Caucasian caregiver. I know there's something there, but I can't because I've never lived that life. I've never lived the life of a Chinese caregiver or an Asian caregiver or a Japanese, whoever. I've never lived that life. But as a Black family caregiver, I have lived that life. And I know some of the struggles that we deal with, and therefore I can come forth and share. I can research research things, try to find out exactly what it is that we need to know and how can we become stronger, what can help us. So I'm really asking you, I'm asking you, my hearers, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, please share the video, please help me grow the channel so we can reach more family caregivers. All right? We can give out more certificates. I had a young lady today, this was a nurse that came to me, and she gave me a big, big hug because I had sneaked a certificate on her desk because she was dealing with something. And I just did one and sneaked it there, and she said, "Thank you so much. It just encouraged me." That's what it's about, being that encourager, building each other up, supporting each other. So, guys, thank you so much. Please help me with this. I need your help. I can't do it without you. There's no way I can grow the channel without you. There's no way I can reach the other family caregivers without you, be it locally or around the world. I can't. There's no way I can do it. Yeah, I'm doing some things by foot. I'm doing some things by foot, my hand, driving and doing some things and stopping and visiting. I'm doing some calls, and I'm planning to do much more of those. Yeah, but to reach the masses, and there are Black family caregivers all over, just in the United States, in every 50 states, there's somebody, let alone here in New York. And God only knows right here in Rochester and about where they are. But you're not going to be able to just, I would not be able to just go into everybody's house or meet everybody or do everything. You won't do that. But we can provide information and we can share it. Social media is a world that makes almost anything and everything possible now. And if we would just use it. So I'm asking you, help me to do that. I need your help. And give me ideas. I need your ideas. I need your questions. I need your prayers. I need your support. But I would love nothing more than to get your ideas. To say, well, have you thought about doing this? Or I know that maybe you can do this. I would love that. I would love that. Your questions, prayer requests, ideas, support, any way that you can do it, I would appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Just came in from work. We're going to get out of here. We will be back on our hour time, but this is a short tonight. I pray you enjoy it, and I can't wait to hear your comments. God bless you all. Father, bless every caregiver under the sound of my voice tonight. Meet their needs, I pray. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. God bless you all, and I'm going to see you in the next video.